My name is Funmi. My full names are Funmi Ilesanmi. I will save you the middle one. But I'm a mother of 3 beautiful children. I am a Christian. I love God. I'm a writer. I laugh because, to be honest, when my children were asking me today, Mommy, what did you study in school? What did you do in university? And I said, I read English. And they were like, I said, yes, well, English. And that gives you the opportunity to do so many different things, which is why I did English. And when I finished school, I wanted to be a copywriter. So I went into advertising. And it was exciting. I loved it. Coming up with storylines and ideas for commercials, getting people to audition, getting models to come in, and doing all of that. It was lovely, and it was just the perfect thing for me at the time. My late husband, he was in full-time ministry from day one. Well, almost from day one, from after we got married. Actually, he wasn't a pastor when we got married. It was after we got married that he became a pastor, and he was in ministry. So I used to work with him in the ministry as well. By the grace of God, I do sing a little bit. So that was a natural bent, singing in the ministry, and that was good. And he was like an evangelist. Really, he had a very great passion for the things of God, and motivate me to do things that I didn't think I could do, pushed me out of my comfort zone. It was just a natural thing, for me to progress into working with him in terms of the ministry and all of that. Besides, I was pregnant at the time, so I didn't have a choice by the time I went on maternity leave, But it was an exciting time, and, just starting something new, starting something fresh. And the people of Liverpool were very welcoming as well in terms of the church. So that was good, and we continued with that until he, passed on to higher things, went to be with the Lord. When he died, to be honest, I just knew that I was going to continue with the work. I wasn't going to move out of Liverpool. I wasn't going to, stop pastoring or anything. And God has been faithful. He's put around me people who are very supportive in terms of the church. I have fantastic people above me who oversee the church as well, and so it's been interesting. People talk about how do you do this, but I don't know. It's the grace of God, I guess. One of the areas I'm passionate about is marriage, singles, basically getting it right before you get married and getting it right while you're married. That is important to me. And we do try to organize programs along those lines. Another thing that we do is the business forum. Now, what we call that Christians in Business. That has been going on consistently over the last few years, and it started because I wanted to give an opportunity to people in church who had business ideas and or little small businesses, sort of give them an outlet for that, where they could exhibit their work, show people what they could do or what they were doing, and sort of create a marketplace, if you want to call it that. This year, we're believing God for great things, for you to do exploits, because that's our theme for the year, that we're going to do great exploits for the Lord. And for us to be able to do those exploits, we need to know God, and we need to know Him in a different, on a different level, not just on a surface level. We have to also understand that the church is not just limited to where we are in terms of our buildings. It's not even limited to our geographical locations anymore. A church without boundaries, a church that is global, a church that is universal, a church that is out there. And we're going to be speaking into that church, doing our own bit from our little corner here in Liverpool. We're doing our own bit to reach out to people.